To the 69th Annual National Family Island Regatta. Captain Plug Patterson here with Rev McPhee, and we're about to cut to video footage. The C-Class race has just begun. Sorry for the delay. Looks like we got a pretty clean start amongst all the competitors out there. I see one or two boats sort of floundering on the start line, but it looks like the majority of the fleet has gotten out. Here we have number 8. That's Slaughter.
Yes, Slaughter.
Number 44, Woody K in the mix, 72 out of Abaco. It ain't right.
Well, that's Slaughter from Exuma, Woody K from Long Island. And certainly we have them all together once again. So that's very beautiful.
Number 17, Bull Reg. Buzzy on the tiller. Number 23, Patton Pride out of Exuma.
Yes.
All trying to get clear of the boats around them, get into that clean air, Rev. You need clean air to get these boats moving quick.
Oh, yes. And it's good to see Buzzy back in the thick of things in the C-Class. Eh?
Yes, a much better start today.
Yeah.
If you're watching, drop a comment in the live chat, and we'll give you a shout-out. Number 07, I think that is Flash, possibly.
Flash?
That's Flash, I think, 07.
Flash?
72, it ain't right. 17, Bull Reg.
Okay.
Number 8, Slaughter to windward. Number 15, tacking over to the right side of the course, Miss Rowie out of Exuma.
A lot of Exuma boat names are calling early in the start.
I thank the boat owners for having good numbers that we can read on their sails. Number 28, Fugitive.
Another Exuma boat.
Exuma making a strong showing here at the start of this final C-Class race. We had to cancel a race yesterday because of the extreme windy conditions, and the race committee is going to thrash today to run 2 shorter races back-to-back so that we can get in all the sponsors and the crews can sail all 4 races. Fugitive tacking back over, heading on starboard tack over towards Monument Beach. Number 15, coming in fast, Miss Rowie on port tack. She'll have to give way if they have a crossing. Looks like Miss Rowie will cut the other boat.
Miss Rory has been sailing very good, made some technical errors on the second lap of the last race. But, you know, that's a boat that Buzzy built again, C-Class. So it's truly doing very well and with a young crew.
That's a good thing. We need the youngsters, folks. Get your youngsters in the junior sailing program available to you. Kara Gibson in Nassau, go Abaco. Dwayne says Exuma strong. Martin Cooper, go Abaco. Abaco, if I'm correct, has 2 C-Class entries, number 18 being the second one, the newly acquired Crazy Partner.
Crazy Partner.
Repainted from its traditional red, now she's Abaco dark blue.
All right, Abaco.
You can notice on the top of the mast of number 18, we got red and white stripes to mimic our famous Elbow Reef Lighthouse.
Okay. That's a good history point.
Yeah, the lighthouse, red and white stripes from when they refurbished it in 1952, I think it was.
Okay.
Before that, she was just all white.
All right.
So Crazy Partner, newly acquired by Abaco, having a pretty good regatta, straight out of the new ownership. First time they sailed her was the first race on Wednesday. They had a pretty good finish in the top 10.
One time she was in second place in the first race.
The guys have said that she feels a little more stable than the It Ain't Right. Maybe the It Ain't Right needs some more lead. But 2 different boats. Pretty sure it's 2 different builders. 45, New Eyes. Another Exuma boat.
Exuma is looking very good today.
They have a very strong contingent in the C-Class.
Well, yesterday, Buller Edge won, right?
I think so, yes.
Yeah, so Exuma is showing itself very good in this regatta.
Buzzy's one of those skippers. He knows Elizabeth Harbor like the back of his hand. He knows where the wind lines are. He knows the tides. Home field advantage, perhaps?
Well, I don't know about home field. I just think he's just a gifted skipper because these guys who are sailing now have adopted themselves into Elizabeth Harbor in a very great way. They feel better with this harbor now.
A lot of these fellas have sailed here plenty of times. Number 5, that's the Barbarian 2, sailing up to windward. Number 45, New Eyes, following behind Barbarian. Love some of these names. My favorite being in the E-Class, Miserable Woman. That's all I'm going to say.
Andrews boat. Yeah.
New Eyes following Barbarian 2. Stocking Island in the background. Majority of the fleet right in front out of the broadcast booth here. We've got an excellent view by the naked eye. And we also got excellent camera work down there from the telephoto lens on the dock. And we have a great drone operator. We'll get the drone up pretty soon as we get closer to the windward marker.
There's nothing like sloop sailing. No other races you can view nowhere else in the world.
Yeah, you know, there really isn't, in my opinion, Rev. I know up in the Chesapeake Bay, they got something called a Chesapeake log canoe or something like that, and they do sail with prize. So it's similar.
Yeah.
But without checking, I could almost guarantee you they have a flying start. They don't start with the sail down on anchor behind the line.
It's truly Bahamian, and we must maintain that.
Absolutely.
I don't care what else is available. Our forefathers maintained this, and we should not throw it away because of new inventions and all of that. Let's maintain the Bahamian flavor in our sloop sailing exhibitions.
Well, you know, along that same vein, the elbowing working condition, because it's more valued and respected by being this original historic condition. So if we can keep the traditions of the wooden boat building by Bahamians with the canvas sails alive, no winches, no electronics allowed, that would be a good thing. And I think it would be a very valuable national product to put out to the world.
Very much so. I could remember at 5 years old, like coming in with my dad and all of that. You know, that's nearly 50, 60 years ago. Eh?
You ain't that old, man.
Yeah, man. I age and all of that. You talking about I ain't that old?
You know, I'm just pulling your leg. Yeah, we're all aging every day.
Yeah.
Nice shot from the dock of the 4 of the boats heading up. We got 117. I'm sorry, 171. I think that's Bull Rich.
Yeah, that's a fairly new boat also.
Another boat from Exuma.
Yeah.
Brandon McPhee on the tiller.
Yes.
Got a cruising boat there, perhaps where they shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Seems to me they're in the middle of a race course.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that happens when the wind is portraying some things that we can't have no control over. But
yeah, that's up to the race committee and the defense force, I guess. But I guess so long as they're not an obstruction to the racers. But you know, that a hull like that could create a momentary wind shadow that could cause you to luff your sail and go into irons.
Oh yeah.
It's nice to be up close to. Oh, we got a crossing situation possibly. The boat on the left is on port tack and has no rights. They've got a duck. They're ducking cleanly, and they've gone behind.
Wow.
That's what you're supposed to do when you have a starboard port situation.
Yes.
Good job by both skippers holding the course and ducking as need be.
Isn't that a cool word for sailing?
Ducking. Makes me think of sailing on a C class on a rough day like today. You get ducked.
You get ducked or you'll get ducked.
Another crossing, but it looks like it's going to be clear.
Yes, clear.
It's that number 72 out of Abaco. It ain't right. Tacking right behind. Don't see the sail number there. Another crossing situation coming up at the marker. Okay. They're going to duck. A nice clean duck. Cutting right in front of It Ain't Right and tacking over on the starboard tack. It Ain't Right, full speed. Going to come in on the inside. Pinch it up real close to the marker and take that position away. That's one of the disadvantages of coming in on port and tacking right to the marker. You lose speed. 72 takes the position. Number 17 coming up in the mix. Bull Reg. Buzzy. Taking another position from that boat that doesn't have a number on the sail. Number 45 coming in. New Eyes. New Eyes in the mix.
New Eyes is also a new
Number 8,
boat.
Slaughter. Another fast boat. 03, Lady Eunice. 21. Raging Bull.
Another exuma boat. Black
all
Point.
coming in real tight on the marker there. Slaughter
Black Point.
beats that group around. Miss Laura, I think, possibly.
Exuma. Black Point.
Oh, sorry, that's New Eyes, number 45. 03, Lady Eunice, clearing the marker.
Rollville.
Great showing from the Exuma sailors. Another cluster of boats coming in. Another boat having to duck because they're on port tack.
Well, somebody's coming in. Could you detect who that is?
Keep your eyes on the screen, folks. We've got a lot of boats coming in real close together. Let's show some respect, sailors, but sail hard in the meantime. One boat there stalling out right around the mark. Not good. That's going to create a cluster. Another boat coming in a little low, pinching up. Pinching up. Got to avoid the green hull in front. Watch the boom. Watch the boom. Two more boats behind them, real close. There's going to be some contact. There is contact between the yellow deck and the light green deck. Contact and stalling out right of the marker.
Wow.
Another boat coming up behind the yellow one, stuck in the middle. Another boat wisely sailing to the outside and going around the cluster. Oh, there's going to be contact with the marker by that boat. Clear contact right there. That's a one-point penalty. Meanwhile, the other 5 are getting clear, heading downwind. What an exciting marker rounding. Whew, my stomach tied up in knots on that. Thankfully, all the boats remained upright. There was a little bit of contact between a few of the boats. Rubbing is racing. And they're all clear and heading down. It ain't right out of Abaco on the right of your screen.
Yeah, okay.
Not seeing the sail number on the boat to the left. It ain't right, in hot pursuit of that boat. Skipper trimming the sails.
All right, do give us an update on coming under on the bed. Do you have an idea of that?
I do not.
Okay.
What a great shot from the drone. Look at that fleet spreading out.
Yeah.
1 and 2, pretty close to each other.
Right.
3 and 4 in hot pursuit. 5 and 6, neck and neck.
Yeah.
Great shot of Elizabeth Harbor. I never get tired of that aquamarine color of the water.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Let's see what we got in the way of shout-outs here. If you're watching the broadcast, go to the chat section, drop us a note. We'll shout out. Let us know where you're viewing from and what your favorite boat is. Today's C-Class race, the final of 4 3-points races. The C-Class is the Bobby Simonet Memorial Cup race, sponsored by Simonets.
Well, they have been very much a part of sailing from its existence, from Sir Roland's time.
Yes, the name is synonymous with the National Family Island Regatta,
Yes,
the
Bobby
Simonet
Simonet.
name. Bobby was a great yachtsman. I think he sailed internationally in the past.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Yeah, representing the Bahamas.
Sir Dewitt Knowles and all those great contributors to development of sloop sailing in our country. We remember them and give them thanks for their contributions.
Absolutely, Rev. Trying to identify this boat here in the screen. Does not have a sail number on it. Get the drone, maybe you can get in close to the name. It's an exuma boat. It's H2O. H2O appears to be out front. Effort Kemp, one of the oldest skippers in the fleet.
The oldest.
Put on a magnificent performance on the first day on Wednesday.
Yes,
Came from
yes.
nowhere, everybody said, and took a second place.
Yes.
Obviously, Mr. Effort's got his boat trimmed, and he appears to be in first place heading to the first leeward marker. We're not 100% sure on the length of the course, but the race committee did say they were going to shorten it down in an effort to get in the second race. So as soon as these boats finish this first race, they will head to the start line, anchor up, and get ready for race number 2. Awesome shot there.
Very good shot, and the whole truth about the matter is we must give the race committee credit for organization and structuring the course, and especially on today when we have to complete so that we'll be in time for presentations tonight.
Top marks to our race committee here, the 69th Annual National Family Island Regatta. They've been doing an excellent job under Commodore Dallas Knowles' guidance.
Yes.
We also have on the race committee Clyde Rowe, been around forever. Stafford Armbruster, same thing. Robert Rowe, Dimitri Smith, Ricardo Rowe, Dave Moxie, Ezra Kemp, Derek Moxie, Michael Knowles, Sandy Trico, and Marissa Ferguson. That's your race committee, folks, for the 69th Annual National Family Island Regatta. If you know them or you see them, Shake the hand, please, and tell them thank you very much for their grit and determination to pull off what appears to be a very successful regatta.
Yes, it is. Barring anything else, we will go down in history for the number of new boats in this year's regatta.
Yes, especially in the E fleet.
E and C. There are some new ones in the C too. The only class we have not really developed over the years is the B class.
We, the Abaco boys and I were talking about that last night, and we'd really like to see a lot more Bs. I don't know 30 how that would work out, like 30 some like we have in the C class, but we definitely like to see more B boats in the fleet.
I'm hearing some news that there may be a resurrection of some of the old name A class coming for next year. But we got to wait till resurrection morning comes.
We got to wait till then. It's quite possible the old Abaco Rage may come back with new ownership.
Yeah.
We'll see how that shakes out
And
before 2026.
There might be the resurgence of the Thunderbird coming. We're hoping to see if we could bring that back.
Oh, that'd be great, man.
Yeah.
Love seeing the Thunderbird out there.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, looking at the top left of your screen, H2O holding on to first place. It Ain't Right, followed closely behind in second. I'm pretty sure there'll be a second upwind, and then probably the finish immediately following that. Leeward marker in view. No gate here, folks, like the E-Class had. No gate, just a single leeward marker that you're going to leave to starboard side. Having the gate encourages skippers to jibe, which can be tricky under these windy conditions.
Yeah, we don't want no problems.
You ever been on a boat that sank, Rev?
Yes, sir.
It's not a good feeling, I can tell you.
I can tell you what, no matter how many people on the boat think you're friends and all of that, when a boat goes down, you by yourself.
You definitely by yourself. Okay, so word from the race committee is the boats will tack up to the windward marker for a second time and then sail quickly to the finish, probably over by the freight dock. Yeah, we sank the Lonesome Dove here in Georgetown a while back.
I remember that.
On a downwind, right in the middle of the course. We stupidly jibed. And as one of our crewmen famously said, she went straight to bottom.
Straight to bottom.
All that lead. Can't help it.
Well, the good thing about the Abaco guys, they're structured to help. And they ain't gonna leave. But brother, and you just having people as a crew, they ain't hanging around if they go down.
No. Here we got 4 boats coming in real tight and close together around the leeward marker. New eyes in the mix. Number 15, that was Miss Rowie out of Exuma coming around in third. In fourth, number 21, Raging Bull, also out of Exuma.
Oh.
45 in fifth, New Eyes.
All Exuma.
Number 8, Slaughter in sixth.
Exuma.
Exuma putting on a great show.
Good
Number
show.
18 in seventh, that's Crazy Partner.
That's Abaco now, eh?
Abaco, yes, our
Right.
newly acquired sea boat. We put all the experienced crew on the boat that's proven itself that it ain't right.
Yeah.
And we put some of the younger crew on Crazy Partner to feel it out and give them some experience. And they've been doing really well.
Very good from the first race.
That's right. Number 03, Lady Eunice, another Exuma boat.
Exuma boat.
What's going on here? 23, Patent Pride. Guess where she's from?
Exuma.
3 or 4 more boats close. There's no separation in the top to the middle of the field. Boats are really close together, sailing side by side, trying to avoid contact with the next boat.
We haven't heard anything from Long Island, though.
No. Long Island, what's their entry here? Xena. I'm not seeing Xena. And we also have Sassy Sue. I'm not certain whether she started the race.
What about the other Long Island
Oh,
boat?
of course, we got Sacrifice.
Sacrifice. Where
Colin.
is she?
I have not seen the C1 on the sail yet.
Okay.
She's got to be in the mix there somewhere.
Okay.
Jamie Cash, go Chloe, go, Crazy Partner. As long as you have an internet signal, you can watch all the action, same as we are. Fleet, pretty clustered together.
Very close.
Everybody trying to decide which way to go, left, right, or up the middle. The remainder of the fleet clearing the leeward marker, making the second windward run up to the windward marker over by Stocking Island. Then there'll be a short dash to the finish line. Then there'll be another dash to the start line for the second race.
That's right. Just a dash day.
Let's get all the racing in. Let's keep the
Yes.
fans entertained. Let's put on a good show here. Our thanks again to Browns Marine and Exuma for sponsoring the Browns Cup C-Class race.
All right. We know on the racing days of the final day, we usually have our Prime Minister out there looking at the races, but you know, today we bury an icon of singing whose funeral is today in Andros, and so he had to leave and go there, and he's coming back. But he would have been out there on a boat along with the minister, Deputy Prime Minister, watching races today. But to Eon, you know, the crabman, his funeral is today.
Oh, dear.
So we want to pay tribute to him and his family.
Absolutely. Show some respect.
Yes.
Oh, HTO out of Exuma. Heading up. It ain't right. Abaco thrashing to see if they can catch up. Looks like H2O has a higher line. Going to bring him in perhaps closer to the windward marker. Maybe not close yet. Meanwhile, it ain't right. A little bit below. There's Bull Reg, Buzzy Roll out of Exuma. Keeping that boat balanced.